everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to try to make a necklace today with some of the contents from the latest curated bead box called Love Is. It had this big heart pendant in it. I've never done anything with anything that big before. I've never done what I'm about to try to do before, so I don't know if this is going to work or not. These are the soft peach marble style glass beads. These are the red orange marble style glass beads. These are some spacers I had in my stash. I've got about a 22-inch piece of 1mm leather here, and this is that's the name of it there, XSOTICA. I've got the pendant here. It's the 64mm heart bronze metal pendant. I've got some findings here. I've got a lobster clasp and some jump rings. I've got one of the little beads I'm going to put at the end of the extender chain for a dangle, and a ball head pin to do that with, and some extender chain, and some chain I'm going to put on each side, and a couple little clamshell tips. For my tools, I've got my chain nose pliers, both pairs of my bent chain nose pliers. I'm probably only going to need both of them when I do the dangle at the end, and I'll need the chain nose pliers and the bent chain nose pliers to put my findings on. These are BB Craft, and I got these are Xuron. I've got my tweezer pliers that are Xuron and my cutters that are Xuron. Probably going to use the cutters to cut my leather at the end. I've got my round nose pliers and my crimping pliers. I'm only going to use them when I do the dangle at the end. The crimpers are Beadalon, and the round nose pliers I got from BB Craft. And I've got my little New Orleans shot glass, but he's not going to get much use. I'm only going to use him at the end when I do the dangle. I've got my beading awl because I'm going to have to probably guide a knot down. I think that's everything. I'd mentioned on one of the other videos, I'm going to try to, sometimes people ask me for links of some of the stuff I use, so I'm going to start trying to put everything I can find links for. I'm going to put in the description box in case you all want to get some of this stuff. So I think that's everything. I'm going to get some of this out of the way and I'll get started. Okay, I forgot to mention I have this little tube here. I'm going to try to make a barrel knot. I've never made very many barrel knots, so I don't know how good a job I'm going to do. If you want to see somebody who makes really great barrel knots, Kelly from Kelly's Bead Boutique makes great barrel knots. She's like the barrel knot queen. I'm going to feed my leather through my little hole here. And I'm going to leave one piece of the leather a little bit longer than the other piece. Maybe about like that, I don't know. I'm gonna get the longer piece on top. I'm gonna put my barrel knot tube thing in here. And I'm gonna take my longer piece. I never can remember if you're supposed to go under or over, but I'm going to try going over the top. I'm going to go over like that, and I'm going to cross over my leather there. I know it's hard to see with my hands in the way, but I'm going to cross over my leather there. Then I'm going to keep wrapping towards my hand, and I'm going to wrap about 3 times. And then I'm going to take the other end and feed it up through the tube. And I don't think you have to have one of these little tubes to make barrel knots. I think you can, I've used like a little piece of straw before, anything that's hollow, and you probably can just even do it with your hands, but I'm not that good. Like I said, I've not made many, so this helps me. So now I'm going to take my tube off and hold my finger on my knot that I'm starting to try to make there. And now I'm going to just try to keep it even and not blur my camera. And then I'm just going to bring it down. I don't want to get it right against the pendant. I tried this before and I got it down too close against the pendant. It was too tight and the pendant wouldn't move. So I'm going to try not to do that. I'm going to try to make it up a little bit from the pendant. I'm going to pull on each piece of the leather, hold my knot. Just try to keep the little wraps neat there. And keep gently pulling on each piece. Keep fiddling with it there, holding the knot and pulling the cords to get it good and tight. And that's what I've got. That's probably about as good as I'm going to get. And it still has room to move there, which is what I want. Okay, now let's see. See if my cords are anywhere near even now. And not really. I misjudged that, so I hope I have enough on each side to do what I want to do. I tried to cut a lot so that I would have enough. I'll take this shorter side first and work on it and see if I have enough. If I have enough on it, I'll for sure have enough on the other. Okay, so I've got all the beads I need for one side of my necklace here, and I'm going to just thread them on here. I'm going to do a spacer bead. I think I need to angle my leather here a little bit so it'll go in better. And not get my scissors all caught up in it. Okay, now I'm going to put on a spacer bead. And one of my little beads. I know these will go through. I already tried them. There. And another spacer bead. One of my big beads, actually 3 of my big beads. One of my spacer beads. Another one of these little beads here, and full with that other one that doesn't want to work in a minute. All bead holes are not created equal, so if you get one that won't go through, just pick up another one and it probably will. Another spacer bead. And 3 of my big beads. Spacer bead. One of my little beads. Spacer bead. 3 of my big beads. spacer bead. One of my little beads. A spacer bead. So that's what I got. That's what I've got so far for that side. Now this is going to be the real test. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I'm going to try to put this through the back of my clamshell tip, through the hole there in the back. I know it'll go through. I already tried it. Okay. Pull it all the way down. And I'm going to make sure there's no slack in my beads here. Now this is the part I don't know about. I'm going to try to tie a knot. Just an overhand knot. I'm going to try to take my beading awl and I'm going to try to guide this knot down into my clamshell tip. And I'm afraid it might be too big, but I'm going to see. Take my tweezer pliers and pull. Try to get it as far down in there as I can. Oops, well, see if I can get my awl back in there. Okay. Now I'm just going to try to pull it tight, and you have to be careful because you can snap your leather. But I want to try to get it down in there as much as I can because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get my clamshell tip closed around it. Okay. Now I'm going to just try to close my clamshell tip. Gently, because you can destroy these little things. Well, I think that's going to work. I need to cut my leather off. I probably should have done that first before I close my clamshell tip. Let me see if I can get it back open a little bit. Actually, I think I probably should put a little bit of glue in there. Get my GS Hypo cement. Let's not hit. That's my E6000. I don't want that. Okay, here's my GS Hypo cement. I'm going to put a little glue in there before I close it up. Just to be extra sure that knot doesn't come loose. Don't want to go to all this trouble and then my knot come loose. Okay, now I'm going to cut my leather. If I can get in there, I'm going to cut my leather. There. And now I'm going to close up my clamshell tip. Still got a little piece of leather sticking out of there, but I think it'll be all right. Okay, so that's what I got so far. That's one side. So now I'm going to do the exact same thing on this other side, and I'll be back. Okay, this is what I've got so far. I got both sides done. I think I'm going to be able to get this put together now. My biggest worry was the barrel knot and making a knot inside my clamshell tips. I got that done, so I think I'm going to be able to get it finished. So I'm going to take my chain nose pliers and my bent chain nose pliers and one of my 6mm jump rings. Open my jump ring. Thread it on one of my clamshell tips. And I know it'll go on there. I already tried it. It just wants to show me up when I'm on camera. There we go. And now I'm going to take one of my pieces of chain. These are about 5 inches. These little pieces of chain are. Put it on there. Close up my jump ring. Oops. I'm going to take my other side and do the same thing. Okay, now I'm going to take another 6mm jump ring. Put it on my end of my chain. And put my lobster on here. And take another 6mm jump ring. Thread it on the end of this chain. Put my extender, just about 2 inches of extender chain. Put that on there. Okay, now put it together here. Well, that's what I've got so far. Now I'm going to get ready to make my little dangle to go on my extender chain. Okay, now I'm going to make my little dangle. I'm going to take my ball head pin. You can use a regular head pin, doesn't matter. I'm going to put my little bead on. I'm going to take my pliers. I go to the tip of my pliers. Bend the wire over the top of the pliers, 90-degree angle. I take my round nose pliers and put them in the crook of the bend with the round nose pliers facing me. I'm going to bend the wire back until it hits the bead. I'm going to rotate the round nose pliers until they're facing the table. I'm going to hold really tight and take this part and bend it back under here until it hits the bottom of the pliers. I'm going to cock it back a little, center it over the bead. I'll take my bent chain nose pliers and hold my loop. I'm going to hold it really tight. And this pin is so thin, I'm just going to do this with my hands. So I'm just going to wrap till I can't wrap anymore, till it's fill up that space. I'm I'm going to take my cutters, cut off my extra wire. I'm going to take my crimping pliers, squish in the little burr that was left. I had a big burr left. I need to cut some more of him off. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm going to squish in my burr. Now the links on this extender chain are big and they open real easily. So I'm going to open my bottom link on my extender chain, thread on my little dangle. Well, close it back up. Huh. Okay, let's do that again. Put my little link back on here. Hold on to him a little tighter this time. Thread my dangle on. Close it up. Okay, now let me get this laid out so I can get it all in frame and I'll be back. Okay, there it is all put together. It's kind of hard to get it all in the frame, but I managed, I guess. I'd never, like I said, never done anything with a pendant like that, and I just decided I wanted to try to do it with leather. I hope you all liked the video. As usual, thank you all so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos and liked and commented on my videos. I have a website where I sell my jewelry. It's Teresa's Handmade Jewelry, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below in case you're interested, along with a link to my Facebook and Instagram and my email. If you haven't, I'd really love it if you'd subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So until next time, I hope you all have a great day. Take care.